Greetings, my name is Michael Kulma, Senior Director for Global Programs and Resource Development at NAFSA. For this, the 17th year of the NAFSA Senator Paul Simon Award for Campus Internationalization, we are pleased to present interviews with presidents from this year's award-winning institutions. We hope that these interviews will inspire other institutions in their efforts and that they will think to apply for the Simon Award in the future. Thank you.
Well, first, let me say we're very proud as an institution to win the Paul Simon Award for the second time, as you said, in 2003 and now in 2019. The campus has expanded its programs, its opportunities for students and faculty in very significant ways. In 2003, when we first ran it, for example, our international students on campus were about 5%. Now they're 15%. 40% of our faculty are involved in our study abroad programs overseas. Most of them do a 2-year residency in one of our own study abroad programs, and that's led to very significant internationalization of the campus. We have a multilingual writing center in 12 languages, and that's extraordinary. So by almost any statistic, we've increased dramatically. Perhaps the most important one, when we look at the percentage of young people, young college students studying abroad, it's between 10 and 15% in the US. Last year, 67% of our senior class studied abroad. And that's students from every background, including international students. Athletes, scientists, students of color, first-gen students were all above 50%. So I think that's really very significant. I think there are two things that are important to think about as you internationalize a campus. And I just mentioned it. I said that 40% of our faculty spend up to 2 years in one of our own programs, either doing that or taking students abroad. I think making sure that faculty have that international education is critically important because they bring it home. They bring that worldview home into the classroom and then start very interesting interdisciplinary international programs. Because of that, they have started programs in East Asian studies and Latin American studies and many interdisciplinary programs. Another thing they've done that I think is really quite unique in American higher education is they work with students and other faculty members to do what we call mosaic programs. And a mosaic is when faculty from different disciplines look at an issue, whether it's climate change, whether it's post-genocide Rwanda. And they get together and teach a full semester course and then go to the country and study the issue in more depth. And for me, that's pedagogy at its best. And so I think making sure that faculty have the opportunity to have that international experience is critically important. The second thing we're doing at Dickinson that I think is also generalizable in the country and in the world is our intercultural emphasis. Because as we all well know, it's not enough simply to have people from diverse backgrounds together. It's critically important to be intentional doing intercultural training, and we've really advanced our work in that the last few years. I think it's the most important thing we could be doing as educators. When we look at the challenges we are now facing and the next generation is facing, most of them are global. Whether it's climate change, whether it's global health issues, it's critically important at this moment in time that we are preparing the next generation of leaders to work with people from all of these different backgrounds. I think the challenges we're facing are unparalleled in our human existence, and this is the most important education we could be ensuring that our students have. So I think it's critically important, and I think in the United States, unfortunately, we dangerously undervalue international education. by almost any measure, whether it's the study abroad data that I just shared with you, whether it's studying foreign languages, whether it's the recent data from Council on Foreign Relations on global literacy. We simply do not value international education, and it's dangerous, and it's a national security threat. So these kinds of opportunities are so important to be able to share with not just our colleagues, but others in the country, the importance of comprehensive international education. So the Simon Award is not just important to our institution, it's important to the country, it's important to all of the colleges, it's important to high school students. I think at this point in human history, we need to use every forum that we can, every podium, every social media outlet to make sure that a broad group understands the importance of international education for the country, for the world, for challenging all of the issues that we're facing. I would just like to thank our faculty and staff and our provost. Our Center for Global Study and Engagement is doing very innovative work. We have a provost who's been with us for 40+ years, who has really pushed international education. He's been the visionary doing this. And our students from around the world, from 37 countries, who come, and we learn from them, and of course our faculty. So a very big thanks to them.